Whew. There we are. There we are. Hello there. Namaste. I'm El-SCRIBBLER. This
We
Big
went
Daddy.
live?
Yeah, we live. You said you were ready, and it's been like a
Uh-uh,
good
nah. I'm
minute.
saying that because normally it would say going live, but there we go. Now it says stream is live.
Yeah. It just popped up. What's funny is I need to get more coffee. So you
Bro, are you
continue.
serious?
Yeah, I
Go
just
get more
finished it.
coffee.
Yeah,
Go
go
get
get more
more
coffee.
coffee.
You started off.
Wow.
Give your 2 cents.
Wow. So yeah, what's up everybody? It's your boy Big Daddy Mo. El-SCRIBBLER is getting coffee. I'm kind of glad that just got started. Let some people get in before. I mean, I can't believe he really went to go get coffee right now. Hell nah. So, how's everybody weekend? How do people do this? All right, so why he's going to get coffee? So today we're going to be discussing Beetlejuice, the 1988 original, and then we're going to talk about the sequel. No, fuck him. I'm gonna just take over. So when I saw the movie. Last time I saw the movie was on VHS, and when I mean VHS, I'm talking about shit. There you go. Thank God, I was dying here.
All right.
I was dying here.
Did you give your 2 cents about what it is?
What is?
It's difficult to talk on your own, ain't it?
Oh my God, yes, bro. I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna give like my sense on each one. I'm gonna give like a synopsis from my perspective. So Beetlejuice. It's a film about a loving couple that's basically a housebound couple. They end up dying, and as they die, they have to haunt their house. An annoying New York City couple move into their house in the rural area and start to basically ruin the inside of it, which they spent their lives curating, basically. And what happens? They try to haunt the house. Turns out the moral of the story is you have to learn to live with the person you're with. Beetlejuice is more like the antagonist, but they also bring him into it. So that's the thing. There's a moral to the story. The second one, Beetlejuice, it's basically about a mother-daughter not seeing eye to eye. The daughter gets herself in trouble, and what happens? The mother has to basically risk sacrificing her life as well to save her daughter. That's the moral of the second movie. So keep that in mind.
You basically just gave a synopsis of what both movies are about.
Yeah, but there's so much more in the first film because they're just just a more meaty film. So okay,
When was the last time you watched Beetlejuice?
You mean prior to rewatching it?
Yep.
I love that film. I've always loved that film, but I never actually laughed as hard as when I rewatched it as an adult. It was on VHS. I didn't even have the VHS of it. It was on TV. It was on commercials and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
now, like I was telling the audience, the 1 or 2 people that was there when you went up to get coffee, last time I saw this movie was on VHS, and so we're probably talking about in the 90s. This was never a movie I went back to seeing, but like lately, I check out the Beetlejuice clips, and I'm like, okay, that's enjoyable, and I just sit there like, why did I enjoy this movie as a kid? Like, what was it that made me, always run to it? So it was actually good to rewatch it to find out, and honestly, I see why.
Yeah. Okay, so it was just hilarious from the start up, because now being in a relationship, a lot of the jokes that I'm pretty sure I didn't get as a kid or I laughed at, dude, don't give me that look.
We get it, bro. You're getting married, bro. We get it. Damn.
But there's truth to it. I probably didn't laugh to those scenes. So it starts off with this loving home couple, and there was this lady, the realtor Jane, that kept annoying the family, and everyone's got someone like that in their life. Everyone. You remember the one we had to deal with in college? Sean hated him.
Greg,
whatever his name is.
One of those two. I don't know what. That's what he get. The second he walked into class, Craig, you're in this class, and then now, a few days later, he's trying to sit by me. Like, don't bring him over here, bro. That's your man.
Yeah, he was the one that made friends with him. But like, that's the thing. Like, that's what the first one has. It's got characters that everyone can relate to. Everyone has seen in their lives. And so I enjoyed that because she's trying to sell the house. They don't want to. They're spending their 2-week vacation at home in the town they live and work, because he works at the hardware store. That's why he drives there to grab some brushes, because it's his store. He opens it, takes it. That old man who sits out front and just talks consistently, you disappear, they're still telling the same story, because they don't acknowledge what's going on around them. They're still telling stuff.
That's how it is with my grandma. Like, she'd tell a story, and I'll put the phone down, pick it back up 5 minutes later.
It's still going on.
And then just steady keep talking.
Yeah, now, but that's the thing. You got to admit that the first movie has characters that you've seen throughout your life, and it's just rich with them. The Jane the realtor, the fact that they show her daughter in the
sequel.
The sequel as well.
Yeah,
and the Jane the Third, I guess. But it was just so rich with character, because I was laughing when it came to Jane, because immediately I thought of whatever his name is. And then they show the old man, and it was just like, I've seen that. They just keep talking. I was the type of person who, when my Grandpa Ray would be talking, I'd enjoy what he was saying, because it was always something knowledgeable. It was something new he learned. So I'd stand there. Of course, my grandma Ellie would have to come and grab him and take him away, because a lot of people hated that when he'd corner him and start talking to him like that. But it was great to watch and see that. And then they end up dying, and they find out they're dead within a few.
Which is messed up, because it's like they died trying to not run into the dog, and it's the dog that kills them by stepping off the ledge. That is messed up.
That was funny. You could instantly see where the humor is going to be from the start.
They couldn't get out that pond, bro.
They could have.
They could have got out of that, bro.
But like, that's on. The thing. The film is just it's you can tell it's going to be a comedy. You can tell.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Watching this as a kid, I always thought this movie was a kid's movie. Watching it now, bro, this movie's kind of dark, because when they get to the afterlife, and you kind of see like everybody, everybody's disfigured because that's how they died. But what got me really was when the receptionist or whatever was saying about her little accident, and
if I knew what would happen to us, I wouldn't have had my little accident.
Yeah.
Find out why, because Otto is basically, if you commit suicide, you're a civil servant in the afterlife.
He did say that.
Like,
yeah.
That's what she meant. That's why she didn't want to, because now she's forced to do that the rest of her life.
Hell, it was a character like that, and a bunch of characters like that in the sequel. Yeah, dude. Like, even their what is it? Their social worker, their caseworker, can throat slit. I'm like, bro.
Jane.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like,
she's smoking, and the smoke just comes out her throat.
And this movie's PG, ain't it?
Yeah, it's PG.
The stuff they could get away back in the day.
This reminds me of like the Mel Brooks films. You could watch them when you were a kid, you would laugh your head off. You go back to it, and as an adult, you'd be like, why was I allowed to watch this? Because all the innuendos, that's how comedy should be. The stuff you don't notice as a kid, because it's just masks and people dressing, and it's just there are people laughing around you, and you just laugh with them. But as an adult, you understand the jokes, all the innuendos, like in a Robin Hood Men in Tights, when he's singing to her and the sword starts going up and up and up and up. As a kid, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, never seen it.
But that's the thing, is like, if you go back and rewatch this stuff as an adult and get an adult's perspective, you wonder, why was I allowed to watch this? But it doesn't mean anything to a kid. And it's actually more of an Easter egg when you go back as an adult. And that's just like, I love this as a kid.
Right.
It's even funnier as an adult. But after the couple dies, they find out like they died within like a short period of time.
I think that
we get to that point, right? About 5, 10 minutes.
Because come to find out, they were gone for like, what was it, like a month?
3 months.
Like,
after
that was their funeral.
Moved in.
No. Because no. What was it? Yeah. Because then when they went to the office or whatever, they were in the waiting room for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
because the house completely changed around them. Where is this?
And I love Captain O'Hara. Actually, I love the whole family, like the
Yep,
mother and the father. I love how they really just is like
their
Lydia.
relationship.
Ain't no ghost in here. Like I love the scene where they're trying to scare them with the sheets, acting like ghosts, and she just
Yep.
gets up and just.
Your mother's gonna be upset that you cut holes in her $500 sheets. But I like how they explain how they got there. So apparently he was a very successful man and then just had a breaking point and ends up going to the rural of nowhere to get some peace. He ends up having a wife who's an artistic woman who's absolutely crazy because when he gets there, he wants the office space. I was like, you can't touch the house. You can do your sculpturing. And then she goes off on a tirade about it. I forgot what she was saying, but it's like, if I'm not allowed to do my art, there's going to be like a slit throat of my husband, that kind of thing. And it was just like, whoa. Because she just went escalating completely. And that's one thing I liked about it. Because in the original Beetlejuice, all the characters had this point in time where they'd escalate. His the Dietz wife, Mrs. Dietz, she had that because she was basically crazy. She had her art, she had all this, and it was interesting. Beetlejuice as well had his instance. Remember when he's all, oh, what are your qualifications? Well, I graduated from with this degree, and then he's going to watch The Exorcist 167 times, and it gets funnier every time I see it. And he just escalates, and it's just like, I absolutely love that.
By the way, I can't wait to talk about the father when we talk about Beetlejuice.
Oh,
I can't wait to talk about him because you know the actor's backstory. I could talk about the actor right now. You know about his backstory, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so the reason you haven't been seeing him in Hollywood or any movie lately is because he went to jail. I think he was it has something to do with little kids. He's actually on this the sexual offenders list. He tried to get boys to like kids to take their clothes off and like take pictures. So yeah, he's a creep. Which is why in the second one, he's not shown. I mean, hell, when they talk about him, it's animated. So yeah, that's why he's not in there. So fuck him.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah,
So that's why he was removed, and they put off his head.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay with
that. It's crazy because this movie is Beetlejuice, and I actually looked at the time. 45 minutes is when he fully shows up. Now, I mean, he showed up earlier in like a commercial, or you'll see his hand as he's trying to like grab a fly, but like he really does not show until Adam and Barbara meet him at the model.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, damn, the movie is called. Yeah, I'm like, the movie is called Beetlejuice, and he only has like 15 minutes of screen time. He shows up halfway through the movie. I'm like, damn.
But he wasn't the focus of the story.
Oh, no. Like he's not the main character, and that's why it works.
Yeah, it's like the whole Johnny Depp and or Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow situation. It works when he's a supporting character.
No, I have a better one. It's like the Kangaroo Jack. Where you go see this movie, you go, oh, Kangaroo Jack, there's a talking kangaroo. And then it's fucking Anthony Anderson and Jerry O'Connell running away from Michael Shannon. I'm like, what? And then we finally get Kangaroo Jack, and it's a hallucination.
Finally talking. That's a great movie.
For some reason, I still enjoy it.
An hallucination? Are these real? Let me enjoy this. Let me enjoy this.
Yeah. It's like that movie.
It's a movie.
It's like the movie sucks, but I like it. It pisses me off because there's really no talking kangaroo, but I still enjoy it. I hate it.
And they used the talking kangaroo in the trailer.
Yes, like that was the main focus of the trailer. But at least with the Beetlejuice, he's enjoyable in all 15 minutes of his screen time. Yeah. Like Michael Keaton kills it.
The film isn't that long, but the thing is,
it's like an hour. It's hour 32, so it's not long at all.
It's the family, the original owners of the house, try to scare the new New York couple out. The New York couple enjoys it, and then that's when they have to summon Beetlejuice because they don't have the talent to do it. But what does Beetlejuice do? He gets close to killing Mr. Dietz. He gets close
Oh
to
my god,
taking them
that
out.
snake, that snake. Oh my god, especially the fact that it has his face with the hair is just creepy as shit, dude. So the animation, the CGI. Okay, one looking at it now when they show up in the sandstorm or whatever
Mhm.
with the sand. Oh my god, that looks so bad. It's clear green screen,
You
but
know,
because it's stop motion, that shit is just, it makes it even creepier. Like a
I,
lot
I
of that stuff.
I am creeped out by stop motion, whether
I
it's
don't blame you.
like I've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas, although
Never
people
seen
love
it.
it.
Yeah.
Caroline creeps me
Oh,
out.
Caroline's a good movie though.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but the stop motion makes it even creepier.
It's just something about like
Absolutely.
imagine something coming towards you and it's just
Mhm.
oh,
Like, what made
oh,
that Mama short film
oh.
so creepy? It was the stop motion moving Mama. That's what it was.
That's on
In
YouTube,
the
right?
what? Yeah, that's
That's
YouTube.
on
In
YouTube.
Legion, what was the creepiest thing in that series was when they go into the realm of time and the monsters with the goblin Japanese goblin troll masks are hunting them down in stop motion, and it's all done. That is absolutely creepy.
Which
Stop
one?
motion is what?
Which one?
The Legion with Dan Stevens, the
Oh,
series, the
the
X-Men
show.
series. Yeah, the
Okay.
show. Absolutely creepy. Stop motion is a very powerful tool, and when it's done, it can be done well. Because that's one thing I was worried when they would go into the sequel that they'd get rid of that and just do all CGI.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they balanced it perfectly
Because
because
the sandworm was still it was CGI, but you could see a little of the stop motion movements.
in claymation, yeah, the weird looking aspect of it, and I was absolutely okay with that because it was creepy then, it's creepy now. It works. So you don't change it too much or else it doesn't feel like the same movie.
Bro, that is
You watching the
scary.
Mama?
I'm looking at the mama scene. The way she ran, and it's just oh,
It's creepy.
that's creepy. Just run at me regular. Run at me regular. Do not do no stop motion
No.
shit.
The jitteriness of it, because that's the thing. It was like there's something weird. Like I know all video, even this right here is 60 frames a second. That's 60 photos taken every single second and lapsed on top of each other. The
Yeah.
problem is if you're moving every single frame by hand, you will never match the smoothness of taking every single shot instantaneously at once. And it gets creepy.
Yeah.
It gets absolutely creepy. And it was very well done. I freaking loved it. It is hilarious. I laughed so many times.
It works with the movie.
What?
The stop motion, it works for the movie because it definitely makes everything that much creepier. I mean, I'm like, bro, this is made in 90. This is made in 88, and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, okay, that looks like shit. But oh my god, is it still scary as hell? I'm watching this in the dark, bro. I'm like, hey, come on, man. This is PG. That's not a kid's movie.
Yeah, it's a very, very well done. I loved it from start to finish. The characters you're introduced to, you can relate to, or no one in your life that you're just like the old man, Jane the realtor, the married couple from New York that moves in, the stepmom, Lydia, Mr. Dietz, the original ghost couple. Everyone basically has something there that you've seen in your life, and you can relate to them almost immediately when you see them on set. The husband who's just trying to get a free space away from his wife because she's psychotic, he wants his safe space. He wants his safe space. Oh my gosh.
Okay, of course, the iconic scene of them singing, what's it called? Banana Boat? Dale. Bro, so their plan was to just possess them and make them sing?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
funny
because
a roller coaster ride.
When I saw that, I always wondered, like, why are they singing?
Hey,
why are they dancing?
Tally me banana.
I love the scene, but I always just like, why are they singing? But now it's just like you let them. Like I wish I could just all of a sudden break into a musical. You know what I'm saying? Singing some fucking Queen or Michael Jackson or something. And sound good doing it. Like that's nice. That's not gonna scare me. You know, see that girl
being controlled. I mean, the only creepy thing that happened there was the shrimp boat coming out and grabbing him.
Yeah.
That would be
which Which I was still like back in the day, like, bro, what is going on? Bro, I was so clueless as to what was going on at that dinner scene. I'm like, do they do this all the time or what? But
Yeah.
yeah, that big hand. And then the fact that they enjoyed it and was
Yeah.
just like, yo, we can make some money off this. All right, bring the ghost down here. Bring the
Let's
ghost
make it a
down here.
theme park. This is proof. This is proof of the
Right.
afterlife.
And the fact that they ain't want to come down because it's like,
They
well, we
wanted to
fed.
scare
Yeah.
you out.
Oh man. But
But
what's the big scene like next? Like the wedding?
what do you mean?
Yeah, after that, like after it's
Well,
the
yeah, it's
wedding.
Beetlejuice getting free because
Yeah.
remember they
What's his
summon
name?
Odo summons them and
Mm-hmm.
they start decaying in front of their eyes. It's like they
Oh, that
summon
scene was
the dead
wild.
to the living world, and their bodies can't exist. Their souls would rot away. I think that was supposed to be the
Seeing like the bones break, the toes
Mhm.
curl up and all. And it's funny because 1 minute his mouth is off, and then the next minute it's just like, okay, now it's just like old man face. I'm just like, nah, you were supposed to have been dead. I caught that shit. But no, yeah, that scene, that whole scene. Oh my god! Then
Yeah, and
those
that's why
weird,
Lydia goes to Beetlejuice.
yeah, then those weird, her little statues and all that come to life, and I'm just like, what were you making? Like,
Mhm.
who said this was like good art?
Well, that's the thing. Even the artist she invites over, it's like you're a sham. You're not real. She realized she can't do art. So what did she do in the sequel? I am my art. I am my art. But that's what I find hilarious is it really knew how to carry on into a sequel because what is it? The wedding happens. And that's one thing I was worried about because in the trailer, I had a feeling that he was going to be going after Gina Ortega's character to get married to. And it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
this is going to be weird. This is going to be weird because you were trying to get married to the mother. But I like that they
Hey,
continued that because
and the mom saying no, you got to go for the daughter as long as she's of age.
like the Lydia gets him, frees him in order to save them because they're rotting in front of her eyes. And she knows they're good ghosts. They're kind-hearted ghosts. I got to say, the one thing I found funny in the first film that made no sense, and this is something I got to point out. So remember, they try to terrorize the family to get them to go. The family goes upstairs, knocks on the door to try to get the ghosts out. The ghosts hang outside the window, right? Beetlejuice sets himself free as the snake on the staircase, and he attacks the family. And then Lydia tells the couple that she doesn't want to have anything to do with them. How dare they try to kill her father?
Yeah.
How dare they try to kill her father? What does she do? She starts writing a suicide note, wanting to spend time with them. It was like you just accused them of trying to kill your father, but you want to commit suicide to go and join them. I was like, wait a minute, this makes no sense right here. That's like the only story beat that made like no sense in the original Beetlejuice. Other than that, I was like, this movie's absolutely phenomenal. It's perfectly done. But then again, she's a kid and they have very wishy-washy emotions, other than the fact that her whole life is darkness.
I mean, come on, man. Like I said, like she said, she's still a child. I can't
gotta
tell you
say,
the amount of things that I wish. Shit, I think I wrote a note like that or two.
I gotta say though, I could see where a lot of people ended up craving emo girls because of this freaking movie. Not emo, goth chicks.
Oh, because of Winona Ryder?
Yeah.
Bro, she was
The fact that she's always wearing dark, her pale skin is just like, freaking goth. But yeah, I mean, he tries to get married to, and this is the one thing that I focused on when it came to the sequel. What does he do when he digs into his pocket to find the ring? He pulls out a finger with a ring on it. And this would have absolutely been perfect to seed the story. And he goes, she meant nothing to me. She meant nothing to me. Tosses the ring away and puts the ring on her finger. Now, that basically, they get rid of Beetlejuice, they do all that. Now let's talk about Beetlejuice because
cool. Because that's what I really wanted to talk about.
That seeds in to the next film perfectly, which angers me. They had so much opportunity. It's like they didn't have the chance to take that and roll with it, because Beetlejuice is a very simple story. It's about the mother-daughter trying to get along and a mother basically sacrificing her freedom to try to save her daughter's soul.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell. There's a bunch of unimportant characters that are thrown in, and why I don't like
a bunch of unimportant characters, but I enjoyed the majority of the characters though.
But that's the problem. It's like they're enjoyable, which is why I liked it. But the problem is, it was like you seeded a perfect opportunity by having the finger. Like, okay, Beetlejuice has an ex-wife. We know that from the first film. And then we find out what happened to his ex-wife in the sequel. And okay, tell me, how did she end up in those caskets all scattered in different body parts up in the rafters?
They didn't tell us, because the last thing we saw was Beetlejuice, you know, the axe going through her, which, you know,
yeah, cutting her up in the real world.
He's the one that chopped it up. But, you know, I don't know.
In the real world.
Yeah. So I don't know who put that in there, unless he did, unless he didn't die right away.
But how did he cask her up and put her away in the death realm?
I don't know, man.
That's the thing. It was like that was just like, well, why is she in bits and pieces separated? I mean, can't we get a scene? I mean, we got the scene where he cut her into pits, but I didn't like the fact that her character has no purpose in the story.
Just put the fries in a bag, bro.
Tell me
no. Oh, no. Stop. I just wanted to say that. I agree with you. That was my biggest complaint about this movie, because when she pops up, by the way, Monica Bellucci is like almost 60. She probably is 60. Oh, she is still gorgeous. But her intro, I loved her intro. Music was cool. I loved that all she was doing was stapling her body back together.
Creepy. Absolutely creepy.
And then she kills Danny DeVito.
Yeah. But Danny DeVito's placement there, I liked. The fact that he's a filler character thrown in for what purpose? To have his soul sucked away. I was absolutely okay with that. It made perfect sense.
But she didn't do shit in this movie but go around, where's Beetlejuice, suck somebody's soul up. And then when she finally gets to Beetlejuice, I don't even think she doesn't even have like a moment with him. She just, you know, oh, hey, my love. And then she gets killed by the fucking sandworm.
Yep.
I'm like, that was trash.
It was the worst thing. So I'm just going to start talking about the useless character she was. So when she was putting her body together, because we didn't know what the story was completely about till, 40 minutes in, when Gina Ortega ends up going into the death realm. That's when the movie finally starts. That's when you finally learn what the movie's about. Everything else has nothing to do with the story. Has nothing to do with the actual story. It's just there as filler, and I'm not a fan of that. Even though the characters were well done and enjoyable, they served no purpose to the overarching the end of the story. What I would have preferred is, remember, he threw away her finger, and as she's putting her body together, I was excited because she was missing her wedding finger. She was missing her ring finger. And it was the last thing to be fused onto her body. And I was upset as soon as I saw that, because I was like, I was thinking this was going to be a hunting type of film. She's on the hunt for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice keeps a photo of Lydia on his desk, and he goes running and hiding. What does she do? She sees Lydia's photo on his desk, starts hunting Lydia because she's still missing her finger.
Yeah.
And then they need Beetlejuice's help to get rid of his ex-wife for a situation he caused in the first place. That would have made more sense to me than her just wandering around aimlessly, serving no purpose.
I give you that. Because then another thing that pissed me off, and honestly, what pisses me off about this movie are the antagonists. Because then Jenna Ortega's character, she meets a boy. And this is the thing. I already knew something was up, because when she goes into his house and meets the parents, you never see the parents' face. I'm like, they're dead. He got something to do with it. And come to find out, he died like 20 plus years later. And he basically is trying to find a way to come back. And he gets her to the other world. But then come to find out, he had her read a spell that basically she's sacrificing herself so he can come back, because really he killed his parents and he slipped, trying to evade the cops. So I'm like, bro, I love that, you know what I'm saying? So I can't wait because he looked creepy from the beginning. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what's really going to go on with this.
He had the Norman Bates kind of look.
Yeah. And then it's like, finally, you know what I'm saying? It's over within like 5 minutes. I'm like, so wait a minute, bro. So that secondary antagonist is gone that quick? Like, what the hell?
That's what I mean. It's like the main story was just them needing to get along, mother and daughter having to have a coming together moment. There is nothing else there. The main villain served no purpose. The kid served no purpose. The Beetlejuice's ex-wife served no real purpose. The detective, Willem Dafoe, served no purpose.
Willem Dafoe was my boy. I love that he's a detective. Yes, he's an actor, but so he's like, you know what? I'm a detective. This is what I was made for. And the fact that he always has a cup of coffee in his hands and he has someone behind with the dialogue. I love that. Willem Dafoe was probably my favorite character after Bob. They did Bob dirty.
Bob was the best character.
They did Bob so dirty, bro. I couldn't believe that.
I gotta say, Beetlejuice kind of annoyed me in this one. Annoyed me because in the first one, he's a great character. He's absolutely weird, over the top. He kisses the ghost lady in the beginning as soon as he meets her. He jumps on Otto and gives him a kiss on the cheek. He does all this over the top weird stuff. In the next one, he's mellowed down. He's not doing anything over the top. He's literally stuck at the same tone the entire time. Unlike in the first one where he kind of gauges his insanity. Also, I wasn't a fan of him wearing the same suit the entire movie, basically.
Oh, instead of kind of like switching it up, changing a bit. Yeah.
In the first film, he was wearing like that gravedigger's outfit. He was wearing the ghost guy's Alec Baldwin's outfit. He was wearing his customary suit. He was wearing the wedding garb. It just, he kept switching it up, and we had him for only like 15 minutes in the first film. In this one, he's constantly wearing the same exact thing. The only time he changes it up is to get married, and when he's stamping the kid's stamp. How did he get there? How did he know the kid was there?
Because he's fucking Beetlejuice.
But he has to be
Beetlejuice.
Summoned.
He's Beetlejuice, bro. We really talking about a movie where these motherfuckers are sitting there in like the afterlife, and you're wondering, how did he get there? Who cares? Who cares? We're watching somebody that got their head bit off they got their whole torso bit off by a shark. Walking around talking, but we're wondering, how did Beetlejuice get there? I swear, bro, you be picking like the smallest shit sometimes to complain about.
But dude,
not the costumes. I get you on that. I do wish he did do a little kind of like imagine if in The Mask 2, Jim Carrey is in it and he's kind of like toned down a little bit. So I kind of get what you were saying. Me personally, I still thought Michael Keaton was funny as hell. I love when they say Beetlejuice,
his scenes with Bob were probably the funniest.
Like when they say Beetlejuice for the first time and they're down there and he's like the therapist, I love that entire scene. I mean, the Beetlejuice baby, that shit was so creepy, bro.
Oh, that was going a little too far for me. It was just like, cool.
It was perfect, and I love that he started talking like the baby and drooling. I'm like, oh my god, this is fun. Like I actually started laughing out loud in this movie. Like I laughed a lot. What the fuck?
Yes, you can't hear me. There we go.
Bro, you just sitting there.
My video crashed. It was just in the loading scene. It was like crap.
I see, but no, like his scenes like had me just laughing out loud. Like I caught myself just loud as fuck in the theater. Like I feel what you're saying. I wish he was a little more over the top, but I still thought he was funny as hell in this movie. And also, like this movie was colorful as hell. Mm-hmm. Like I love the Soul Train scene. I love that because it seemed like just a straight up party, bro. Like, oh shit, we getting ready to go to the afterlife, baby. I was like, yo. It makes no sense. If you're gonna have a Soul Train, why not just say that the Maitlands decided to take the Soul Train? Why say, oh, we found a loophole? No. If you're gonna introduce a Soul Train, just say, oh, they decided to take the Soul Train. Yeah, true. I'll give you that one.
That makes more sense.
Instead of saying a loophole, you could have said the Soul Train.
Yeah, it's like they wanted to take the Soul Train. They had enough time spent together. They wanted to move on. That makes more sense than because Ortega's basically, that sounds convenient or whatever it was. Like
it really do. They found a loophole. You had
plot convenience for us. But I do like that she was basically a sellout and doing like a ghost hunting type of series.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta say, like, I didn't like the hit her boyfriend from the beginning.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Who did like her? Like the
He was
boyfriend.
such a beta male. It was like, you're not allowed to have your drugs. You know what? You can have your drugs. This is the last time I'm digging drugs out of the trash for you. He gives it to her and takes one himself. It was just, he was such a beta male. I knew he was going to be a problem. Turns out that he was basically just in it to gold dig.
Oh, how do you think what do you feel about how they handled Charles's death? Like they did the whole the claymation and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was messed up. Like, damn, a whole shark, and was the tombstone also a shark fin?
Yeah, it was a shark fin.
Who does that? He gets killed by a shark. So what y'all want is to have a shark fin.
You know his wife. We were introduced to his wife. We know who she is. So it makes sense that she got a shark fin. She turned everything into an art show. So what
I loved her a lot in this movie, by the way.
Yeah. In this one, I'm glad they gave her a bit more screen time.
I hate it with a passion.
Her and Lydia finally see eye to eye. I enjoy that. I enjoy that they had something to bond over, and it was Beetlejuice, really.
Yeah, I hated that she died, but the fact that she died because she got scammed.
Yeah, scammed.
I couldn't help but laugh. Like, well, damn, that sounds about right. But damn, I kind of felt bad, but I kind of liked that they ended, her story of them going to the Soul Train. So it kind of makes the whole scene kind of like just cool because you got all these colors, everybody's dancing and singing. Then she hooks back up with Charles. I'm like, it's sad to see her go, but I don't know. At least the outro is kind of like,
Yeah, it's sad to see you go. But
yeah,
I love to watch you leave.
It was satisfying, but damn, I was sad because I actually did like her a lot in this movie.
Yeah, in this one, she's given more time. The fact that her insanity has developed into this being this artful masterpiece. That one guy who's screaming because her husband Charles dies, and because it was a live performance of her being spray painted, and he ends up walking through a manhole.
Oh, yeah.
All the little nuances of making fun of death. That's what I think makes this so enjoyable. Like the Beetlejuice movies is. It makes not a joke of death, but it's just something to smile at and be like, you know what, it's not such a bad thing. Because what is it? A lot of people fear the unknown, fear dying, fear all that. And a film like this gets you something to laugh at. Sure, it's creepy, but then again, you can't make a joke, make something about death, try to make a joke about it and not have creepiness in it. So the fact that it balances itself so well, I enjoy.
And it's like, what's wrong with like this outlook on the afterlife? Who's to say that, you go to heaven, you're just gonna be chilling? Nah, y'all getting put to work. Y'all getting put to work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it's another way to look at the afterlife. What's gonna happen after death? I kind of like that. You caught up in the waiting room. They give you a handbook on of being deceased or how to coexist with the living. Like I love that. Oh, and what's up with? Okay, what do you think about the whole wedding scene with the singing? I liked it, even though it was clear that they were just trying to do another singing. They
were basically trying to repurpose the first part. What I preferred was in the first film, the wedding sequence where he was covering her mouth, doing her voice, that kind of stuff, where he was controlling the scene. Right here, he controls everyone, freezes everyone, and just starts singing. I'm just like, if you could do that, why didn't you just do that in the original? But
now, while I did enjoy the scene, the song, the thing I didn't like was that it went on too damn long. I'm like, it felt like it went on for 5 minutes, and I'm just like, bro, you could have married her, took her on a honeymoon, had a kid, got divorced, got back together, cheated on her, did this, did that. And I'm like, bro, this singing is just going on too long. Yeah. So I knew that wedding was not going to happen.
Yeah, and how is it that Lydia's daughter knew that the voucher was null and void? The wedding contract was null and void.
She didn't read the book.
Read the book.
Exactly. Lydia she didn't.
Read the book. Lydia spent 3 months reading the book when the Maitlands went into the afterlife, waiting to talk to Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So Lydia should have known all that, but the fact that it was her daughter that was like, oh, it's null and void. Article 699. Like,
Yeah.
what? How did you get to that point? In what?
No, I give you that. I give you that. You think the person that actually has experience with ghosts
Mhm.
and all that will know all the rules, not someone that just started to believe 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you wouldn't do demon hunting and ghost hunting if you didn't know the rules, because
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that would happen was someone would loophole you into trading your soul with them,
Yep.
like some moron children. How is it the moron child is the one that knows the rules better than the one who spent their life investigating the paranormal? It's just like, come on.
Nah, for real.
I mean, I did enjoy the film, but it's just all the useless characters. Willem Dafoe was funny. I just feel like that gag went on for too long.
I
Went
loved
on
it.
for way too long, because he's an actor who went into the afterlife to become a permanent investigator, which makes
Mm-hmm.
no sense. But at the same time, it was funny in the beginning, but it
Yeah.
kept going on and going on and going on and going on and going on. I'm just like,
I loved every scene of Willem Dafoe. Honestly,
oh,
I would love a spinoff to where like some paranormal some paranormal shit out of the normal happens and he has to be the guy on the job. I would have loved that. Like, come on. I need that spinoff. Or hell, let him and Beetlejuice, be in the movie. I don't know, but I want Willem Dafoe to come back for something. Because I thought he
yeah.
was the best part of the movie. And bring Bob back. What did Bob do to deserve that death? Y'all let Brad live, y'all let the other homie live, but y'all put Bob has been through so much. He's been getting interrogated. He got left in charge. All his employees done left. What did he do to anybody? Like, he was scared the whole movie. And I'm thinking like she's about to not suck his soul, but kind of like open his mouth up, pause. And I'm just like, no, you gonna continue? And I love the little in love and memory of Bob at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. When they killed him, I was just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I was pissed in that movie theater, bro.
Yeah, he was like one of the best characters in the film, because
Mm-hmm.
he has no dialogue, but you just sympathize with him. He's the one you empathize. You see him in his struggles, having to be belittled constantly, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I've been in that point. Because that's the thing. Beetlejuice is his manager, and everyone's had a manager like that who hoists everything down below them onto the supervisor role or the lead role,
Mm-hmm.
which they end up starting doing the manager's job for them, as the manager does nothing because they have a lead position open where you get paid a quarter more an hour.
Yeah. But so it's easy to say that the first one is better to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, after everything you said, I feel like the first one is a better movie.
Oh,
But
altogether.
yeah, it's a better movie. Even with how they handle Beetlejuice. But I just love the second one a lot better. Like, the second one is just it's colorful, it's funny as hell. You get more Beetlejuice. You even you get Willem Dafoe, Bob. Like,
I just feel like they could have kept all that, but they should have made it about Beetlejuice and his ex-wife. That's what it should have been about.
I agree.
Not about Beetlejuice and Lydia and her family again.
Because
They should have had it. Like, it should have been Beetlejuice's perspective, with Lydia being the one who's in the last something minutes of the film, her family. You rope them in. It's basically like a reverse Beetlejuice at that point. Beetlejuice was in the last 15 minutes or whatever of the film, the last part. That's what it should have been. You have snippets of them because he's haunting her constantly, but it should have been about Beetlejuice and his ex-wife. That's what it should have been about, as she's hunting for her finger and her ring, which is missing. But
and
it was,
she causing chaos around the whole afterlife, which makes you even have to like get out of the little building or whatever that you is, and probably actually venture out, maybe even further out, and who knows. But no, they really dropped the ball on her. Like,
yeah, they had so much potential there. a lot of potential. And that's the thing that aggravated me, because when it starts out, you see her piecing her body together, and it's like, oh, okay, this is his ex-wife. And then here Beetlejuice does like a narration in Italian, I think, about how
which
he
I loved
net and everything, and he was just like, oh, I'm enjoying this. And what happened?
Now I'm into some freaky shit, but that kind of drew the line. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's like nothing happened after that. I was just like, why have all this big reveal? You wasted like 5 minutes of her piecing her body together. You wasted 2 minutes of the narration of the backstory of the romance, which served no purpose. Because again, immediately as she was piecing her body together, because I had just watched Beetlejuice, I was thinking, oh my gosh, his line, she meant nothing to me. She meant nothing to me. Popped into my mind, and I'm just like, okay, this is going to be like a romance revenge. She's hunting for her finger. Then her finger waddles back on her hand. And I'm just like, how'd that get there? How'd her body get there? I wouldn't have cared if her body was stowed away, as long as her finger was missing, because then it would be like, okay, so this happened years and years and years ago because he still had the finger. But no, the finger was in his pocket. He tosses it, and for some reason it's there on her body. When did this all happen? That's the issue I mainly have. It's just like, if the finger was still missing, I think I would have been okay with her piecing her body together and hunting him down, because it's like, oh, okay, they seeded it, but they didn't seed it at all, because she has every part of her body.
Nah, I feel it.
But I enjoyed, like, that's the thing. I enjoy the characters. I just hate how they were useless. A good useless character would be like Danny DeVito. He's thrown in just to have his soul sucked. Yeah. You have a name recognized character. The second you hear his voice, you see him from the back of his head, you know who he is. You don't need to see his face. You know who he is the second you hear his voice. As he's guiding the artist, spray painter, the street spray painter, to where to go.
But honestly, as far as like a sequel going, like after like what 20 plus years, this is probably like one of the best, easily. Like, it's up there with Top Gun, Maverick. Haven't seen Blade Runner 2049, but I hear that's great. Because I swear, like we get those 20-year sequels, and you get Dumb and Dumber. You get fucking Bad Santa 2. You know, like it's annoying. Like I give them props for not giving us the exact same story.
Yeah, well, it was the fact that he was. I was okay that the fact that he was still wanting to get to Lydia. Like, he was like, oh, these long distance relationships, it becomes difficult. Like, I'm on this side, she's on the other side. It becomes kind of, difficult as he's talking to Bob, like letting his heart out on Bob. Like, that's the thing. His dynamic with Bob was probably one of the best parts. You'll walk behind me at all times, so that way, if my wife comes about, she gets you, and I can get away. You know that? You know that? It was just like, poor Bob. Like, that's the thing. The movie is good. Beetlejuice is good. I will most likely have it for my collection.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would definitely watch Beetlejuice over the sequel any day of the week. Why? It's just that I enjoy it from beginning to end. For Beetlejuice, you start enjoying it, and then you find out that the character that was introduced was useless. Then you slowly start to enjoy it again, and then you find out that scene you just saw was useless. And then 40 minutes into the film, it's just like, oh, okay, the daughter's soul is being taken, and that's what the story's about. All right, now I get it. You're not introduced to it at the beginning, like with the Maitlands. You knew at the beginning, what's their goal? To haunt the house and get the Adietzes out. That's the goal. Only for them to learn their lesson and be like, okay, we just need to learn to live together as one. That's just what it's going to be.
Yeah.
There's a moral to the story. In the sequel, it's just like useless character, useless character, useless character, useless character, story. It's over. I was like, come on. Whatever.
Like I said, I thought it was more enjoyable. I get everything you said about the story, but it's what's with that? It's like a lot of movies like that. It's like the story is weak, but at least you got all these cool characters, all these funny moments. It's
John Wick for one.
Well, John Wick was never about the story. It's about Keanu Reeves whooping ass.
The world was amazing.
That's what it is. That's what it was all about. The world building. Because I mean, each movie is, I'm putting a bounty on John Wick's head. I'm putting a bounty on John Wick's head.
But the world is phenomenal. But that's the thing. It's like,
but would you
it's a good
have
film.
rather had this or fucking what was it? Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian? Because
I
there
would
was
have
a movie.
rather had this.
No, the fuck.
But that's the thing.
Okay,
It's like,
yeah.
I think they should have had people look over the script and not just jump at the first one there. I think they could have
If
used
they
some
would
of
have
the
jumped, if
same.
they would have got the first one there, we would have did Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, and he would have
Yeah.
won a fucking surfing contest. That was an actual script.
Yeah, because they should have revised it, keeping the same idea. I like the idea of the ex-wife. I like the idea of her hunting him down. I would have preferred him going to the ex-wife hunting down Lydia because she sees the photo of her on the desk. Because remember how she acts when she sees the photo. She gets, well, like a scorned wife, seeing her husband cheat on her. So it made sense. I would have preferred to see that story rather than her just being a filler character.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I hate seeing something where I see so much more potential and they drop the ball because they didn't think on it enough, or everyone's like, well, the first movie had primarily Lydia and everyone loves Beetlejuice, so we need to make it primarily about Lydia and Beetlejuice. Let's not make Lydia a side character, which she probably should have been, because that there isn't much to her and her daughter's story. We know what's going on in the beginning.
Yeah.
From the very beginning. They're not talking. They're avoiding each other. But yeah, it's still enjoyable. I still did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. I still did enjoy it. Like, that's the problem. It's like I'll start talking about something and it sounds like I hated it, and I'm like, no, I didn't hate the film. I did not hate the film. It just could have been better.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our discussion on Beetlejuice. I'm not saying it 3 times.
We've said it multiple times.
Yeah, but not in a row.
Yeah, we did our reviews on Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. All right, and I'll have an interesting night tonight.
You a piece of shit. You a piece of shit. I got a cutout of The Rock in my living room. I don't need to see that coming at me in stop motion. Now that, especially with the smile and everything, I don't need that.
And the fact that he's flat, that'd be creepy.
Oh, that's even worse.
He'll turn sideways and disappear.
Speaking of flat, there was a scene that had me dying in the first Beetlejuice where
the roadkill?
Yeah, when he was just like, oh, there's no mirrors there. How do I look? Oh, you look good. Oh, I thought I was looking kind of flat. And then he just goes into the slit. Oh, my God.
And the guy who's hung himself as being hung through the drafters as he's holding a piece of paper and drops it on a desk. That's the thing. It's like, I like the fact that they were making jokes of the afterlife, making it comedic. I enjoyed that.
And I like they don't, even with this one, they don't go too far with the mutilation and all that.
No, well, I thought Bob's exploding eyes were kind of bad.
They even had eyes going in the back of his head.
Yeah, because that I think that hurt me the most and was the most disgusting. Why? Because I cared for Bob.
I
cared for Bob.
You could kill Danny DeVito, but not Bob.
Yeah, he was running away, and then his eyes popped, and I was just like, oh. Yeah. Everyone else, I didn't care. I was just like, okay. But you got Bob. My Bob. Poor Bob.
Hopefully we get a Beetlejuice 3 real soon. Not 20 years. I would love to see what they can do with another 3.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I'm glad they did this, but at the same time, it could have been better. I still prefer the first one. If they do a sequel, what the heck are they going to do? Finally decide to do the Hawaii?
I don't know, but this movie just did $110 million this weekend, and it's at 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, they're going to be looking at a sequel.
Yeah. But that's the thing. They've been talking about this for years. Constantine 2 for years. It's like, at what point do you just decide not to go forward with things?
Yeah.
I am tired of seeing remakes, reboots, sequels. What happened to originality? What happened to giving us something new? But then again, they can't.
Let's stop going to see these reboots, sequels. That's the. I mean, if motherfuckers are still making $100 million on the remake, sequel, reboot, whatever, then they're going to keep doing it because they're
They don't
making
always
money.
make the money.
Exactly.
But
So
they've
they're going to
stopped
keep doing
making
it.
money on them most of the time. I mean, with Michael Keaton having basically a resurgence, going back to doing his old roles, this was destined to succeed. Of course. I mean, the only reason people would watch The Flash was to see Michael Keaton.
Oh, absolutely.
Batman.
That's the
Nobody
only reason.
cared
That's the only reason
about
why I want to see
Flash.
the Batgirl movie, just because
Mhm.
Michael Keaton's in it. And he actually said, like, oh, he don't care that he got shelved. That paycheck is still good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Batman.
Because that's the thing.
Like, yeah.
I've always enjoyed him as an actor. He's an amazing actor.
Jack Frost, man. Jack Frost.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like,
about that.
I
That's
love that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, like,
I love that
come
movie.
on. The snowball fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jack Frost go hard, but yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton's a good one, especially
And then you have to cry as he starts
lately.
to melt.
Oh, Birdman. He was good in Birdman. I got so tired of that movie at the Kabuki.
Yeah.
Every time I clean up the theater, all you hear is the fucking drums and all that playing. But yeah, Birdman, Spotlight, hell, the Vulture and Spider-Man, like hell, he was great as he was great as Ken in Toy Story 3.
Yeah, the Vulture in Morbius. I mean, come on.
Hell no. Huh. Hey, the other guys, like Michael Keaton is good and he's funny as hell. I forgot that I think he was a comedian or something where he was doing comedy.
He can be like that's what I like is he can be both scary and comedic at the same time. Like if it wasn't for Jack Nicholson playing the Joker and Batman, he honestly could have been a Joker.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Honestly, because he can make you both laugh and be creepy at the same time and make you feel scared. I mean, you see it with his Beetlejuice. Like Michael Keaton is an amazing actor. I want to see more actors be given shots to shine and things like that.
Oh, did you see The Founder?
Oh yeah, great movie.
Great movie. He was great in that.
This idea and becoming a multi-millionaire off the back because of a small mom and pop shop. Ooh,
I'm gonna say it.
American.
His Batman is overrated though. His Batman is so overrated.
I think the reason why it's so loved is it just worked. Him as Batman, playing the role, like it immediately starts. I'm Batman, and then
it's overrated though. It's overrated.
Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I enjoy it, but
I'm not saying it's bad. I watch it. I enjoy it too, but it's highly overrated.
Come out recently, Christian Bale.
I'm sorry, yeah, Christian Bale is better. Hell, Ben Affleck is better. What does Michael Keaton do?
Perfect casting. He was a perfect casting, Ben Affleck. Okay. But the movies themselves,
no. Yeah, I'm not talking about what they did with like the movies he was in, but I'm talking about like just how casting? He was as Batman. Like I thought he was a dope Batman.
The casting was perfect. I don't know the story.
His action, his fucking the warehouse scene was awesome. I mean, hell, just him as Bruce Wayne, I thought was great. Better than Michael Keaton. Hell, I'm not gonna say Robert Pattinson. I'll stick with Michael Keaton over Robert Pattinson. Not that Robert Pattinson did a bad job, but I don't know. That just wasn't for me. But yeah. We didn't talk about the Beetlejuice movies.
Yeah,
so I'm tired. I still got to do classwork.
I still prefer the first one. Honestly, the second one definitely worth the watch. Absolutely, no doubts about it. Absolutely. It's a passable sequel. It works. It's just there is a bunch of filler in it, and I'm not a fan of filler. I watch too much anime to ever really like filler. So. I know it when I see it, and I saw it in this film. Yeah. But that's
yeah, I like both of them. I actually do like the second one a little bit better than the first one, but the first Beetlejuice is a better movie as a whole. But yeah, number two is just way more enjoyable.
Story, character, all that stuff is just more developed in the first one.
But I just like the color scheme. I like the side characters. Yeah.
I think it works better, especially if you have such a lower budget and like a concise script where everything takes place in like only a few scenes or a few sets. You have the house, and then you have just like the after world, and then the model. And then in this film, they have so much more going on.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean that's a hit or miss, because I mean you can do more with the visuals, you can pay to have top tier actors, but then now you're sacrificing what is it? You're making it style over substance. Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, hey, it's a successful sequel, so
it works. I mean, it's funny. It just reminded me of the part where he's playing charades with Lydia and Beetlejuice. It's like, look behind you, look behind you. It's like, I can't say my name. I can't say my name. If I tell you my name, then you'll tell your friends, and then they'll all be calling me up. And it's just like, so he starts playing. The fact that he can't say his own name, I actually think is a nice little thing.
Yeah.
So he has to force people to summon him.
He just has the beetle right there, and then has some orange juice pouring. I'm like, oh god.
Beetle orange, Beetle Hugo.
All right. That's it, though. Yeah, let's call it.
Yeah.
But hey, thank y'all for watching. He's digging up his
here.
nose. He's digging up his nose. But hey, thank y'all for watching.
Nosebleed.
Nosebleed.
Yeah, nosebleed.
Pussy. You can catch me on my YouTube at Big Daddy Mo, and you can catch the nosebleed guy over here at EL-SCRIBBLER.
Yep. Or on X, or on any social media. Sorry, I have to plug my nose because I'm bleeding all over the place. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time.
Peace.
Toodles.
This fucker